to go with El Nene, you know, and then he's good for 4 games. If we're betting on the same players, you're gonna have the same results, really. Gnabry, Ruiz, and Zinchenko would be ideal. I mean, that's a decent one. I think you can't disrespect Dan James. I think he's a bull. Listen, he's a Premier League footballer. I'll swap positions with him. Pause. Definitely. But if you're saying Dan James is a baller, I thought I was deluded. You don't know what a footballer really is, and the bar is ultimately on the floor. If Dan James is a baller, again, keyword baller, the bar's on the floor. We need to pack up. Bye-bye, people. That if Daniel James is a baller, if that's what man call a baller, if Dan James a baller, please allow me, a baller. You think he's making it anywhere but England or wherever he come from? You think he's making it in Spain? You think he's at United without the Bandulu Ryan Giggs cosign? Ryan Giggs probably got some dirty brown envelope piece from that. And you know how he's set already. If Dan James is a baller, then fuck me, mate. And again, I'm saying he's not a baller. He's a Premier League footballer and an international footballer at that. I can't take nothing away from it, so you might be right. I'm just saying if Dan James is a baller, Raphinha is a baller. Odegaard is a baller. Kevin De Bruyne is a baller. Grealish, baller. Foden, baller. Havertz, baller. Eden Hazard, when fit, baller. Neymar, baller. Mbappe, baller. And if you don't want to go on that, that's what you call ballers. Maddison, baller. That's not Dan flipping James. The clue's in the name. He's basic. Allow me, bro. Allow me, bro. Allow me, bro. Dan James baller. Really? 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 If Dan James is a baller, Pepe for Ballon d'Or, trust me. Trust me. Please, man, allow me, man. I give up all my time to be here with you. Like, I appreciate you lot's opinions, but you're killing me with them ones there, man. You're killing me. Allow me. 188 likes. Can we keep that one moving, people? Baller, you know. Baller. I can't get over that comment, man. Fair enough, man. Football's subjective. I always say I don't tell you what to think, just think. And if that's what you see in your reality as ballers, if that's what you think is a baller, if you pay your Sky Sports subscription fee or watch on Buki streams or you know, go to watch games and you can sit there and say Dan James is a baller, fair play to you, man. We need more people like you in this world, man. Fair enough, bro. Keep the opinions coming anyways. None of us would have signed for Arsenal over Chelsea if we weren't Arsenal fans. I mean, I do think there's reasons to sign for Arsenal over Chelsea, but if I'm in Raphinha's position, I'm keeping it trill, bro. I'm signing for Chelsea. They're on winning things a bit more. There's more competitiveness. There's more question marks open. If I'm in my early 20s or, you know, I'm a young player that's been on the scene, it hasn't really quite worked out for me, then I might pick Arsenal over Chelsea because of where the clubs are at and what Arsenal's project is. If I'm in my mid-20s and like Raphinha, I've been at a couple of clubs now, I kind of want to be part, you know, you didn't, Sporting Lisbon's obviously a big club in Portugal, but you played for Rennes in France. They're not 30. Leeds are not historically, they're a giant of a football club, but in terms of winning stuff, they're not there, you know. I'm picking Chelsea. Like, we've got to be on. There's nothing wrong with being honest. Like, no one is picking up. You can do the drama thing and the romance thing. Even if I was an Arsenal fan. Yes, if I was in Raphinha's shoes and I really was an Arsenal fan and he wasn't necessarily an Arsenal fan, he knows about Henry, I'm picking Chelsea. You know, I obviously, Jesus, I might be able to chat to him and say, yo, what's Arteta really on as a gaffer? Did he help improve you? I hear that. But I'd rather want to play under someone that's coached the Neymar, worked with a number of talents, been at PSG, been at Dortmund, you know, won the Champions League, you know, put Pep Guardiola in a spliff a couple of times. You know, you look at the caliber of the players in and around that team. Thiago Silva needs no introduction in this football team. You know, you've got Kovacic, you know, technically a World Cup finalist, if I remember, with Croatia. You know, you've got Jorginho, whether he's there or not, won a European Championship. You know, you've got Kante, who's won a World Cup, and half of them are one bare stuff, really. Trophies are not everything. Hudson-Odoi is a Champions League winner. You know, there's better players that ain't won that, really. He didn't deserve that stray. So, yeah, really and truly. If I'm a young player that wants to play football and I need to learn and stuff, then I'm picking Arsenal. I'm not picking, if I'm trying to win stuff today, be part of a competitive team, I'm not picking Arsenal above Chelsea. You got to be honest with yourselves. Cannot blame him. for picking Chelsea over us. And it's not even a that thing. Like, we just, if you look at it, it might not even be it's not even a that thing, really. You know, he still would have done it, but it's not a that thing. Arsenal haven't put our money where our mouths is. We're penny pinching. We're saying we're at least, you know, and I'm not saying we're wrong, but we're literally, if it was a restaurant, we're at, you know, we're Leeds, we're on a date with Leeds, and we're like, I beg you take off the service charge. But Chelsea are not on that. What is that? Please take a tip. Safe. Let's go next. Let's go to the next place and get some cocktails. Let's go Sexy Fish or something. That's what them man are on. And that comes with what, you know, whether it's their owner trying to make a statement, the caliber of what Chelsea have been on, whatever. I'm not here to sing their praises. I'm a fan of football first, the game second. I mean, the fan of the football and the game first, my club second. You've got to be honest. You know, we can sit here and lie to ourselves. And I always say, but this ain't the channel for that, man. It's not. Crazy. So it's another one that bites the dust, man. You know, this will be, you know, obviously I've been milking the Raphinha content. I can't lie. That's one thing I loved with that, because it just, we knew what we was talking about, innit? Raphinha, Tielemans, and I hope this keeps happening, innit? So, you know, Daily Darwin's done. You know, obviously Raphinha saga didn't bang. Who knows what the next one's going to be, innit, people? We're at 201 likes. Let me take in a couple more of you, what you lot are saying, and then we'll get into, obviously, you know, the news and all of that and whatnot, man. DG, if Arteta doesn't get an adequate window, will there be an excuse to allow him to continue? Of course, but regardless, but even if nobody signs for Arsenal Football Club, exaggerating, bro, you need to get top 4, or you need to win Europa League, or you get it, because this shambolic squad with some shambolic duds, as much as I like the good ones, they almost got top 4. Almost don't mean anything, but you almost did it. Love for the super chat and the Arsenal for Europe. I swear he used to be here all the time. You got missing. Where you been, fella? Yes, DG, if he doesn't win Europa League and top 5 or get top 4 and at least a final in Europa League or FA Cup, he has to go. What do you think? To be fair, even if you win the FA Cup, I listen, big up you, and I'm an Arsenal fan. I want to win the FA Cup. I don't think that affects things. I think if you win the FA Cup and you don't do what needs to be done in, let's just say, Europe, like you said, winning the Europa League final or at least getting to it, and obviously top 4, then unfortunately, Mikel Arteta, I think you need to keep it moving. But they might sit there and say, you know what, year 1 of this project with the players that came in last year, we finished 5th. If we finish 5th or something else and claim a trophy, they might say, oh, we're developing things. We've got to be honest with Arsenal. You know, things have to go really bad before things are changed. I don't think they're as aggressive in changes as us. And they back their man, rightly or wrongly. Like, I back Arteta, but I don't back you to the point where, you know, it's Arteta FC. I support Arsenal Football Club. I think you should be given time. I do think there needs to be a sense of urgency, because other managers at various points last season, for the amount of good you had, there's other managers at other clubs, or maybe at this club, that would not have survived them periods, you know. And I think there needs to be that healthy amount of pressure again. You know, there feels like there's a lot of luxuries for a man that's not really accomplished nothing in the game, for as good as the things we hear about Arteta and as much as I back him. You know, if you had, I don't know, Thomas Tuchel, who's won Champions League, or, you know, I know Arsene Wenger isn't the best example, but Arsene Wenger, who's done it, or a next manager who's done something, I can understand giving them this leeway. But for me, it seems like the way Arsenal is at the moment, the only real winner is going to be Mikel Arteta, because he's jumped in at this job at the deep and had to deal with a lot that's going to help him for whatever club he goes to. Let's not be naive, you know. He's not going to be here his whole life. I hope he can aspire to do what Pep and Klopp did in terms of winning and stuff. But long gone are the days of Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. So, you know, what you don't want to happen is, okay, I've learned everything at Arsenal. He goes to his next job. Oh, well, I did that at Arsenal and it didn't give me the best of results. Why didn't I do this here? Really and truly. So it is what it is in that regards. But I cannot blame a man for picking Chelsea ahead of us. I know we can do the bravado thing. We can act up. We can, you know, we can try run bants if you could. But you've got to be honest with yourselves. I know football brings out the primary emotions in people and whatnot. But yeah, man. It is what it is. Love for the super chat once again. I would not sign for Chelsea. Shout out to you. You're a real one. But I'm signing. Because it's a job. Even if I was an Arsenal fan, it's a job. Jenkinson was an Arsenal fan. They still fucked him off. And I know it's because he was shit. Even if you're loyal to the club and whatnot, you're just going to get a handshake. Lampard's a Chelsea legend. Palmed him off to City. That it was dead. At some point, you're just going to get a handshake and a clap and well done. Martinez is a smart one. Covers Partey and Tini, who changed the team dynamic when got injured. Lokonga to see out games, not complaining. At this moment in time, until I see significant improvement from Lokonga, which I hope so, I'm drawing for El Nene in terms of seeing out games, because I know El Nene at worst is going to give me a 5 out of 10. Lokonga might come on and be 20 out of 10. He might be 3 out of 10. You know, when you play young players, which you should, you have to sign up for silly results. Young defenders are going to do stupid things. Attackers are not going to bag when they need to bag. You know, midfielders are going to have lapses in concentration. Lokonga's going to make mistakes. Saka and Martinelli and Smith-Rowe are not going to bag when they need to bag, even though they probably will score goals. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel are going to do stupid things. Ramsdale's going to do stupid things. It happens with young players, not just at our club, other clubs as well. This is the day in the life of it. These are the things you have to sign up for when you're going to do this youngster stuff. I don't think Jesus is going to be pushed out wide significantly. He might do up the wide thing, but I don't see him being pushed out there consistently just because I think a big carrot for Arsenal was his ability to play through the middle. Jesus will be the biggest signing this summer. I mean, if Jesus is the biggest signing, I don't care. Why I would have loved Raphinha and whatnot. If you can get me some unknown Don that can grow into being Raphinha or, you know, do what we need in the squad, I'm cool with that. You know, a bit like when I was talking to my United friends on Twitch and my United brethren, you know, as much as if I was them, I'd be gassed off the young and things. I'd be gassed off the players that are not necessarily household names because that would tell you that Ten Hag's got some sort of talent ID. We need the right players, not necessarily the flashy things. If flashy was what Arsenal need, but we'd be back. We spent 50 million on a centre-half, 72 million on a player that can't get into this first team shirt. You know, we persisted with someone that cost 52 million and he couldn't get 20 league goals because he works hard. And there's many different variables, you know. Look how costly Maria obviously ended up with. Look how we tried to get Willian into this football club. And maybe Willian called Raphinha on that note and gave him the bird call, really. So I don't know. It's the right players. While who doesn't want sexy and glamorous signings that gas you and make the fans go, wow? We need competency, consistency, and confidence. I think those are three. A lot of our players have 2 of the 3, 1 of the 3, never really all of the 3. You need to be competent. Literally, if you're a defender, can you defend? You need to be consistent. We've got Europa League finals. I mean, Europa League now. You know, no point being able to do it on the Thursday if you can't do it on the Saturday or Sunday. And you need confidence. I feel obviously there's times people are going to lose confidence. Times where when things are going well for the club, you're going to be a lot more confident. When things are going negative, you're going to feel some sort of way. I don't feel we've got enough level-headed individuals. That's why sometimes when the sun's shining, we're doing well, you see some players play out of their skin. And when it goes collapse, it's very collapse. I need some players that are here that hold themselves accountable when they have bad games. Not saying anyone doesn't, but they know that doesn't, whether I think they're a bad player or not, it doesn't necessarily make them a bad footballer. I need players who, by all means, when you're doing well and you're feeling good, you do good. And, you know, players ride the form of confidence, but you don't think you're better than you're at. I think we need level-headedness. That's why I'm not saying these names, but that's why I was keen to have. I think Raphinha's got that. I think Ivan Toney has that. I think James Maddison has that. You know, I'm just saying names out there. So it is what it is, man. I can't begrudge him. I can't begrudge anyone for not signing for us. You know, we're not the biggest and baddest in the land, really. As long as there's plan B, who cares, man? Let's hope there's some surprises, man. Let me, again, keep your opinions and whatnot coming, people. But as I said, you know, we get to 200 likes, we get into the transfer news. I promise is a promise. We're at 228. Thank you very much for that. I will circle back on the other rumors and things like that. So, yeah, it is what it is. Man said I'm spitting bars. Hey, man, 50,000k subs. We might get a little freestyle, really. Who knows, man? Jesus is the Lex Lacazette, 10 to 12 goals max. Less of that. Less of that. The Brazilian gods have spoken. He's cooking next year, man. Bro, Raphinha can play on the left as well. You know, you look at half his highlights on YouTube, he's on the left. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. You play on the left, you play on the right. Chelsea probably don't need him, but they want serious stuff in it. Thoughts on Marco Asensio. Lost his way, decent player, you know. Who knows? Them sort of guys, it could either be smart business or stupid business. And what I mean by that is if you were to grab him, then, you know, certain fact, he looks like damaged goods. He's not really kicked on, you know, even though he is a Spain international and a Champions League winner, not really kicked on, you know, 25, 26 years of age. Is he a 10? Does he play out wide? Is he a deep line playmaker? Not a household name for Real Madrid like that, you know. But then again, it's not the same. But these sort of players could be smart targets because they need a bit of love. That could have been like with Odegaard. You get these guys, you give them a bit of love, you make them feel important. They do a thing. Can't lie, I'm not calling Don Edu until further notice. I got excited. I was telling you, look, we should buy him a new barbecue ticket and whatnot. We have to cool it down, man. Less barbecues, more settings, man. Gab has just said Gab has just the next R9. R9 himself said that he reminded him of his younger self. DG, we have to gas our lad. He said that. We're leaving with Saturn. Then Ronaldinho co-signed for Martinelli. R9 co-signed for Gab Jesus. We're leaving with something. Even when we lose, we got to win, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, you lot are killing me. Love for the super chat, man. I can't get into the transfer news and diss my man. Andy, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. If we got Tielemans, Martinez, and Gakpo, that would be a decent window. Maybe 7.5 out of 10. This Jesus slander is mad. I reckon he's getting 15 plus. Inshallah, man. I hope so, my guy. I hope so. It's just bare man who got the potential to score goals, though, not necessarily goal scorers. I will be going to the Emirates this year. I'm trying to go Emirates Cup. Have them tickets come out yet, in fact? My brethren is meant to shout me. We're all meant to be going together. I hope no one snakes it. But yeah, getting into this. I mean, we looked at this last night, innit? So I'm not gonna bore you lot with this. But Chelsea close to agreeing a fee for Raphinha as they edge ahead of Arsenal in race for Leeds forward. Again, they were his second choice after Barcelona. They're understood to be close to agreeing a fee. Again, personal terms in the last, we looked at this yesterday. In the last 24 hours or developing hours, it seems like they're moving closer to getting what they're doing, people. Conversations, apparently they're understood to be close to agreeing a fee with Leeds United for Raphinha, but the race for his signature is not yet closed. Conversations between the clubs are believed to be at a point where Chelsea have verbally indicated they are ready to pay a price north of 55 million, which is thought Leeds would accept. It would then come down to Raphinha's preference, with Chelsea said to be in pole position to secure the Brazilian international as things stand. Pardon me, that's because Barcelona are broke. And Arsenal have yet to reach the level Chelsea are at this moment. So there's that. Chelsea are laughing if they not only get Raphinha, but get, obviously, Raheem Sterling. So, yeah, it is what it is where they're concerned. You did hear yesterday, Lisandro Martinez, we are to submit an improved offer for the Ajax defender of around 40 million euros. Personally, I know he's adaptable, and if Mikel Arteta wants him, then it is what it is. But 40 million on the centre half when we just spent 50 on one last year and we've got one returning from Marseille. I know he plays on the right-hand side. Could we have just found the left back? You know, again, I have no doubt he's an adaptable player. I'm not going to lie, just based on the games I've seen and what I watch of him, he looks a good player. Everything I want in a defender. Good on the ball, composed, looks to break the line, steps out into defence, left-sided as well. Arteta's fixated on that. He's a bit unorthodox. I see a bit of the Rojo thing in him, if I'm honest with you. And again, for all his adaptability, how many, again, if Arteta and them lot have, and that's cool. How many people have seen him play 10 or so games in midfield or at left back to be talking this amount of crud about, he can fill in for Tierney or he can fill in for Partey? I have no doubt. But, you know, being adaptable and playing multiple positions only works if you're good. Other than that, you look like a square peg in a round hole. You know, I mean, if we're on the Tomiyasu thing, he's intelligent and he's able to do this thing, then fair play. But it is what it is, really. You know, you kind of do want to see us get into a depending on how you look at that. Although reports are United are trying to pay a bit more for him, people. And where's Google Translate? Because apparently Lucas Torreira has spoken as well, but I don't know why. It's already in English. All right, big up me. No, that's Torreira's. I don't know why this article. Oh, you look can't see. One sec. Why is it not giving me the option of English, man? I can't speak Spanish. Let me just copy it. Where is these actual comments? Sorry, folks. It's got to be done, like. It's got to be done. Apologies, people. It's got to be done, man. Unless I don't know why Google Translate not trying to help me. So yeah, man, let's start with that. This is this article where Torreira's apparently spoken and burned every potential bridge there probably is where Arsenal's concerned, and more so than already. Scrolling to it, we know he's got a year left. We know he's a one-away player. In relation to Arsenal, he said, chances of staying none from the beginning. They told me I had no place. So my desire is not either to stay since I suffered a lot. It cost me a lot to adapt. There's a detail to take into account, and that is that the English team is not willing to give up the midfielder again, but is looking for a sale and thus being able to recover part of the investment made when they bought him for 28 million from Sampdoria. Any team that wants me has to buy my file, which today is 15 million euros. And I mean, he was linked with Boca. And he does want to play. I mean, the sooner we get Torreira out, the more we can start doing things again. Atletico Madrid and Arsenal are allegedly negotiating for Hector Bellerin, who's still waiting for Real Betis. Are you going to put up or shut up? Apparently, Bellerin sees Atletico with good eyes. If he does not reach Betis, who wouldn't? You know, I think Simeone end up beating you up, especially if you can't take a throw. But fair play, do your thing. You know, it is what it is. At this moment, obviously you want the player to be happy and stuff, but I don't care where he goes, just that he goes, people. You know, and maybe they're willing to afford him a bit more. This article is reiterating what we already know, in that Bellerin is willing to make an effort and give up a large part of his salary to sign for Betis, who are still his option. But it said Atletico are beginning seducing him, long story short. We're not getting 40 million for him, so we'll have to see. He wants to go back to Betis, but it seems like that. I'm not giving up on Aouar, even though it is a myth, folks. Apparently, Nice are interested in him. So, I mean, you can't go from Arsenal, City, United, Juventus, Madrid, if I haven't made that clear, Barca, being onto you to Nice and these sort of things there. You fuck around, you're going to end up at Newcastle, brother. Respectfully. Chelsea close to 55 million swoop for Raphinha, but still face battle over move. Yeah, right. Chelsea are still keen on Dembele and Ake. But how many wingers do you lot want, man? Greedy. They're close to signing him, as we know. Leeds are losing Calvin Phillips and Raphinha. Chelsea have opened talks with Sterling. They also want Raphinha as they look to rebuild their attack. It is what it is, people. Raphinha's preference had been to move to Barca, and obviously that not happening. Chelsea have moved in. They're making it happen. You know, Todd Burhi is ready to back Thomas Tuchel's desire to bring in two attackers. They also considered Richarlison and Dembele, but it doesn't seem like they're getting over the line with that regards, people. Well, in fact, they're still monitoring Dembele. Surely they don't get free. Who knows, man? Dembele and Raphinha actually can play in the free role as well, and obviously as false nines. And at some point, these men are going to play wing back. So there's that, really. They finally got a winger who can outscore Gabriel. Shout out Hudson Odoi. I had to, man. I had to. I got nothing else, man. Why not hijack Anthony? Anthony looks like he's going to Man United. If you could get Anthony, why not? But that one there is looking a myth, people. As this comment says here, again, you are hearing this. Manchester United are plotting a rival £40 million bid for Ajax defender and Arsenal target, Lisandro Martinez. That's the same fee we allegedly are putting up. There's some rumors saying they're on paying £5 million more. So Ajax are just trying to fleece both of the clubs. Whoever wants to pay pays, in it. They just sell to the highest bidder. If you genuinely want the man, go out and get him. We've been linked with Marco Asensio. Arsenal are the most interested team for Real Madrid's Marco Asensio. The Gunners wanting the winger is reported in also today's edition of AS. His contract expires in 2023. He's obviously 26 years of age. He's represented by George Mendes, a super agent who, you know, I can't lie, George Mendes is getting quite a lot of money this thing. He worked with us for Fabio Vieira, so why not? You know, we heard that the same agency that represents Fabio Vieira represents Raphinha. Is it Raphinha or someone else? And we heard George Mendes has been involved where Fabio Vieira is concerned as well. So it seems like we're getting 2 and 2 and getting 5, man. And obviously he's 26. He probably wants an important contract. He probably wants more importance in the squad. That's not happening today at Real Madrid. So these are where these links are coming from, people. And he's probably got proposals from all over. You know, it's the same teams that always linked with him: AC Milan, Arsenal, and Juventus, people. I mean, I wouldn't be against Asensio for the right fee. I'm not really a year. You know, he's got ability. I'm not taking him for 40 million euros with a year left. I'd rather I can't lie. If you can't bring in a winger that's a super player like Raphinha or someone that improves the team, then I'd rather just commit funds to midfield or other areas of the squad, really. So, yeah, that's where you look at that. Marie, apparently, you know, this is talking about Marie. He's drawing interest from Verona. Udinese, Milan, Juventus was the latest rumor. If you just cut, bro, just cut. This is what happens when you buy crap players and you pay big money. You know, you're not going to be able to move them on. And what I mean by big money, you know, we signed him for a loan fee plus 10 million, you know, plus he's on big wages. So you make it harder to get rid of this guy. He's contracted until 2024. So he's free to do what he wants, really. So, yeah, it is what it is. Once again, Mikel Arteta really wants Arsenal to sign Marco Asensio. Obviously, his future is rumoured to be subject to speculation. He's valued. This article says they're looking for 34.5 million for him, people. Arteta really wants Asensio, like I really wanted Raphinha and all of them things there. So we'll see how these develop. Apparently, West Ham have got involved in the talks for Yuri Tielemans, but I thought we had a free hit at him as nobody else is interested. I hear that. That's talking about him. Tielemans is also drawing interest from Manchester United, as obviously Ten Hag wants to revamp. I mean, Tielemans, Frankie de Jong, and Eriksen is lit. So you have to give it to them. And apparently you have heard rumours Arsenal have opened up talks as well. Apparently United is reportedly interested in bringing Yuri Tielemans to Old Trafford. They're yet to make any signings in the current window. Tielemans is believed to feature on that list, with the club keeping tabs on his situation at the King Power Stadium. So I don't know if that means that United's priorities is Ten Hag, is De Jong, and if something was to happen with that, they'll circle back for Tielemans. I don't know if they want him as well. I don't know, but he's in the final year of his contract, and it's anything from 25 to 32 million quid. Spurs obviously brought in Basuma, who were linked with him. United are making progress where De Jong's concerned, so I don't know, and they're also making progress allegedly where Christian Eriksen is concerned. So I don't know. It's silly season, as you lot know. Arsenal, Liverpool show interest in Mexican, but he's made his decision. Both Arsenal and Liverpool, sorry for hitting the screen, are looking at a deal for Napoli attacker Lozano this summer, but apparently he's made his decision to remain. Don't think he's since the PSV. I don't really think he's kicked on as much as I thought. But 2 years left. If he can get back to what he used to be, why not take a chance on Lozano? But I think that'll be buying players for the sake of it. What is all of this? Pablo Marie. Please just leave. Apparently, we will pay amazing £12 million player to leave the Emirates for good. You see what happens when you buy shit dons? You have to pay up and rip up contracts, or they're not going to want to leave for their wages. It's crazy. What has this guy done beyond give a penalty against Chelsea away that we won, the game we won? You know, looked all right against West Brom and fans were gassing him. You know, gave Lukaku an extended career at Chelsea. They probably would have realized he's even more of a fraud. Pablo Marie should just be in a Head and Shoulders advert. Looks the part. Probably one of the prettiest guys in the Arsenal team. Pause. You can appreciate a good-looking guy without, obviously, the mad thing. Pause. You know. Arsenal are reportedly open to recovering to covering some of Pablo Marie's wages. This is dead, man. At 28 years of age, he's on 2 years. He's on more money than people want to give him credit for. As much as I think it should be a priority to move him on, there's probably more of a pressing need to deal with the futures of Nicolas Pepe, Lucas Torreira, Leno, Bellerin, these sort of players there. So make of that what you will. Arsenal now willing to make Marco Asensio offer. Milan miss out on Gakpo after Leeds, Chelsea, and Arsenal domino effect. So yeah, apparently this is saying Marco Asensio wants to stay, but he's got no new contract offer. So maybe that tells you what's going on in that regards and why it's happening. Let's see what Charles Watts has said. Arsenal's perfect summer revealed. Jesus joins, Saka signs, and Saliba stays. Charles Watts, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to cut off this article if there's nothing really of any note. Let's see. Well, we've got Jesus, great. You know, Eddie signed a new deal, fantastic. Winning the race for Martinez and landing a winger. Jesus is not the only priority when it comes to transfers for Arsenal. Although signing a centre striker is crucial, they also want to add another wide player to their attacking options and have targeted Raphinha. Lol. An offer was made to Leeds United for a winger, but it was rejected, and Chelsea are now believed to be closing in on the 25-year-old. Mikel Arteta wants to transform his attacking options and add more goal threat to his squad, and the addition of Raphinha added to the arrival of Jesus would certainly have done that. But even if they lose out to Chelsea, which now looks likely, there's plenty of time to move on to other targets and bring someone in who can bolster Arsenal's attacking options. The move for Raphinha shows that Arsenal are prepared to invest heavily on a wide player, and they will have several other options on their list. If they find the right player, then Arteta's attack will have a fresh new look to it by the end of the season. Again, apparently we're keen on signing Lisandro Martinez. Can play at centre back, left back, or defensively, but how well can he play all of these? The team's playing a low block and they're not really asking questions. Does he go forward at left back? What sort of six is he? You know, plays exclusively at centre half. Aye, without saying the mad thing I said, man. Aye, definitely. Come on, man. Come on, but I don't know for any of this. Finding a buyer for Pepe, lol. Edu has a lot of big jobs on his hand. You know, where we're at. He did switch agents, and apparently he's keen for something new. That looks like a myth. He's on high wages. It's a myth. We'd love to sort out Bukayo Saka's contract, and maybe there's more of a pressing need for that. Torreira, Marie, and Cole, all of these duds need to keep it moving. Every name here, Pepe, Torreira, Marie, Maitland-Niles, Bellerin, Leno, keep it moving. Securing Martinelli needs to be done to a new deal. I mean, Tierney and Partey, it's not, we can get them fit, but are they going to stay fit? And by all means, try and make them stay fit. But we've seen this movie, you know, if we were to bet, if anyone had to bet significant amounts of their life savings that these lot are going to stay fit for 30 of the 38 games, to lose it. So by all means, see what we're doing on the medical front. Maybe Tina, you could be a bit smarter and not go off to Scotland with playing with an injury. I know national pride and that, but look after yourself, mate. You was a donut. But we're in where we're at. Hope Saliba can get an opportunity. Big up Charlie Patino again. Not ready right now, like a lot of the young players, to immediately do anything for Arsenal Football Club. So where that's concerned, Raphinha heartbreak. Marco Asensio news, transfer news. That's that, people. Hit the like button if you haven't. Keep your opinions flowing and coming. Pause. Transfer news. Pablo Maria's elite. My guy reached the game. Well, I'll take your word for it, man. At 29, he doesn't fit into our philosophy of buying young, but Zaha, in my opinion, a better player than Raphinha, not being salty, and would definitely be attainable. At this point, just bring Zaha in. It can play up front. 29 years of age, so he doesn't really block the pathway. He's got that mentality a bit, as I was speaking about Madison and things, where they don't get too up and down according to the game. At this moment, make it happen, man.